Hello everyone, Brian here. If you could please watch this video all the way through, it helps the YouTube algorithm. Now, I've got something to say about the Bibles of the world and the Bible that comes from the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. And Ethiopia was considered the land of Cush. And it's written in our Bibles that Ethiopia is considered the land of Cush. And so the problem I'm having here is there's a lot of contradiction in the Western and European Bibles, which could be deceiving to many, which could lead many on the path to hell, okay? So here's where I'm bridging it. The old Ethiopian Orthodox Church has 81 books of the biblical canon, including texts like Enoch and Jubilees that were rejected everywhere else. Okay? Back in the day, Ethiopia pulled away from the Roman and Byzantine empires. And these empires were the ones that created the Western and European books of the Bible, which only contains 66 to 73 books. And therefore, it kind of is deceiving to many. And the problem with this is the fact that God allowed Ethiopia, which is the land of Cush, to preserve all scriptures from the past. And here's how I'm going to explain this. The Western traditions that are often translated from Latin or Hebrew after centuries of debate, the Ethiopian Church translated scriptures directly from Greek and Aramaic Hebrew into Ge'ez as early as the 4th and 5th centuries. The oldest complete Bible in the world, the Garima Gospels, is housed in Ethiopia and dates to the 5th or 6th century, predating the King James Version by nearly 800 years. Okay? Do you understand that? Now let's get going. The tribe of Dan, okay, which is in the Bible, the tribe of Dan. Ethiopian tradition claims a direct ancestral link to ancient Israel, specifically through the tribe of Dan, or the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon, which they're all in the Bible that we have, in the Western European Bibles, okay? But because of these early Bibles, most of them left out books like Book of Enoch and Jubilees. And the reason for this is because the Western and rabbinic authorities later rejected these books due to their complex angelology and apocalyptic content. The Ethiopian Church never saw a reason to remove what they considered foundational sacred history. Now, do you understand? So let's go down a little further. I'm going to tell you some more. Following the Council of Chalcedon in 451 AD, the Ethiopian Church split from the Roman Byzantine branches over theological differences. This independence meant they were not bound by later Western councils like the Council of Trent that finalized as much smaller 66 to 73 book canon. Okay? The Ethiopian Church treats tradition and scripture as inseparable, leading them to keep all books that were quoted or referenced by New Testament authors such as the Apostle of Jude's quote of Enoch. So here's the problem. Ethiopia, which is the land of Cush, God allowed them to keep all scripture, okay? And since then, the rest of the world decided they was going to leave some scripture out, which I believe is to deceive many in the end of days. So here's the thing. There's Jesus also talks about Enoch too. Jesus even mentioned Enoch in the Bible. So right there's a plain clear thing. The problem is the early ancestors decided to leave all these out to deceive many, and that is the problem. So I'm just saying, if you really want to know the scripture, you need to go study your history. And the history states that all the books that are ever written that are being held are held in the land of Cush, which is now Ethiopia. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.